The greatest part about this whole entire game is that you get to get better and that you are in control of how much money you ultimately make inside of your business if you're able to create a solution, connect a message, and connect it to the right target market. Alright, so inside of this video, I want to share with you how to consistently generate money online with your product, service, or program. And I want to do so in such a way because I'm sure every single day your newsfeed is bombarded with new people teaching you how to get high-paying clients and all of that jazz. I've been doing this over the last 6 years and I wanted to give everything to you for free away without you having to spend 45 minutes on a strategy call, watch a long webinar. I just thought it would be much easier just to give everything to you because it's not that hard. And so what happens is when you think that it's difficult, well, it becomes difficult, and that's when you pay an exorbitant amount of money for things that you don't really need. So inside of this video, I want to kind of break this down for you and show you the logistics of how this works and how you can make this work so that if you're running advertising, if you're posting organically on social media, if you're using Instagram or Instagram stories, if you're using Facebook groups, whatever the tactic that you're using, I don't care if it's posting 100 times a day or if it's running ads, or if you like doing webinars, or if you like free challenges, or if you like using Instagram and posting on there, all the tactics work, but without understanding these core principles, then those tactics don't work. So if you've ever run advertising and you haven't been able to make money with your advertising, then you haven't actually installed these 3 things that I'm going to share with you. If you've ever posted content and your content's not actually getting any traction, it's not getting you any clients, well, it's because you don't have these 3 things working for you. If you run a Facebook group and you keep posting stuff inside of a Facebook group, but you don't get anybody to buy from you, it's because you don't have these 3 things. And so a lot of people are in the marketplace teaching you their tips and their tricks and their strategies, and that's how they get paid. And so remember that, because anybody telling you to run ads, well, they've got a paid advertising course that they're going to sell to you. Anybody that's telling you, no, you should post content, well, they've got a post content training strategy. That's how it works. So inside of this video, I want to kind of just debunk everything and share with you something that you need to understand fundamentally. And so by doing that, I'm going to jump onto my iPad right now, and I'm using an app called Evernote. It's got a really cool drawing tool here that allows you to draw. And this is my ability to be able to use my so-called classroom teaching skills. So I want you to understand the foundations of business first. And I want you to understand that business, that your product, your program, your service is all about solving a problem. And I want you to think about this on the left-hand side, and you have a prospect here, and this prospect has some sort of a frustration. And I want you to think about it. I want you to think about this frustration. Now, if you're in the health space, well, this frustration might be because they're overweight. This frustration might be because they're injured and they can no longer lift weights. This frustration might be because they placed 3rd on a bodybuilding show when they really wanted to place 1st. This frustration might be they're a mum, they've just had a baby and they've lost their body, they don't know how to get it back. And so whatever this frustration might be, inside of the game of business, remember this, the number one principle that I want you to understand is that you only get paid to solve problems. Okay, and this is really important because inside of marketing your business online, especially when it's so noisy, especially when everybody else is out there trying to get your clients, everybody's posting content, there are more ads running now more than ever, you have to establish your brand of being able to solve a singular problem. And if you can solve a singular problem, and if you can market consistently, and you put out content, or you can run ads telling people that you solve this problem, and this is how you solve this problem, this is how long you've been solving this problem for, and this is why you're so passionate about solving this problem, and this is how you do it, and this is how you deliver it, and you do that convincingly enough over a long period of time, well, your prospects over here will eventually believe you, and when they believe you, that's when they'll buy from you. So the very thing I want you to understand here is that you have a prospect, and on the right hand side is ultimately you have a product. Now your product, your service, or your solution, it could be a course, it could be a coaching program, it could be a mastermind, it could be a 3-hour session with you, it could be a 1-to-1 call with you. Whatever the suite of products and services that you have, it has to be able to solve this frustration that your target, your prospect has. And if the person on the other side sees you as this expert and they see you as a person that they can trust in order to solve this problem, that's when money takes place. And this is consistently why using advertising, social media is so great, because you can go out there and you can find more of these prospects. And I'll talk about how you do that in the first place. But the very fundamental piece of the puzzle is to ask yourself this question: well, what problem do I solve? What solutions do I provide? And I don't want you to think about solutions in terms of, well, I provide a coaching call or I have a course. What solution does your course provide for somebody? What result are you ultimately getting for somebody? And if you can actually get somebody a specific result that is tangible, and you can go, hey, I can get you this X result in a period of 90 days. I can get you X results in a period of 12 months. I can help you systematically systemize your business so that you work 20 hours or less. And if you're working 160 hours a week, we can bring that down to 20 hours a week using my 7-step method. And I'm an expert at helping businesses just like yours systemize, automate, and delegate their business using these 7 steps. Then you actually have a tangible result in a specific amount of time. If you're a mum's coach and you're in the health space and you help mums lose 20 kilos, and get back their pre-baby body over 90 days. And that's a result. And you can prove that, and you have transformation, and you begin to build brand off that. And you see, that's the brand. Your brand is built off this result. Okay, then you ultimately come up with this thing called the message. And your message is your unique selling proposition. It's the difference between you and the rest of every other person out there in the marketplace trying to sell to these prospects. Okay, so I just want to recap this. So here, recap number 1. You have prospect on the left-hand side. They have a frustration. They want to achieve a goal, but now they're frustrated because they can't achieve it. You have you on the right-hand side. You have a suite of solutions. It could be an 8-week coaching program with you. It could be an 8-week course. It could be a 3-hour session. It could be a 1-to-1 session with you. It could be coaching with you for 8 weeks in a row. It could be a 12-month mastermind program. Whatever the product, service, or program that you're offering, that's for you to decide. My suggestion is that you create one and you make it as good as you can make it, and you figure out how to continually get better results. Okay, and we'll talk about that. I've got another video that I'll show you how to begin to systemize and organize things. But for now, without understanding this, you have no ability to generate revenue inside of your business. And if you can't generate revenue inside of your business, you can't make money. If you can't make money, well, you can't breathe, because money is oxygen inside of the game of business. And if you don't have no money, well, you're out. And so this is really important, understanding this. So we go over to the product, we go over to the solution. We say that the tangible result that I own becomes my brand message. And now your message is saying, well, why is this important? This becomes your marketing message. This becomes your content. And so when this becomes your marketing message, this is the content that you put out, because there's a very high chance right now that if you had 1,000 people who were frustrated, who you could actually help, and you were in front of 1,000 people and they came over to your page, or they saw your ad, or they saw your funnel, or they listened to your podcast, there's a very high chance that you're not able to convince them of your solution because you haven't got your message in place. And so what your message allows you to do is that it allows you to articulate why achieving this result, why losing 20 pounds and getting back into your pre-baby body shape for mums is so important. Why a business owner that's working 160 hours a week needs to work 20 hours a week. Why that is so important. Why you believe in it. And so this becomes your marketing material. And so I want you to think about how a transaction takes place here. I want you to think about this. You have 1,000 prospects who you can help because you have a solution here. You have a product, you have a program, you have a service. This is the easy part. You know that the solution that you provide is tangible. And tangible is something where you can quantify, you can actually measure. And if this is great, then it's fantastic. Because you can go, I believe in helping you achieve this result. And the why achieving that result is so important, that becomes your message. This is the most important part, because this is what you're missing. And this is why the thousands of prospects that you have, I don't care if you run Facebook ads. I don't care if you're inside of a Facebook group. I don't care if you run Instagram. This is why people buy from you, because they resonate with your message. They resonate with why you exist. They resonate with why you create your product, service, your program. They resonate with why you're so passionate about what it is that you do. That's the connection. That's the trust factor. That's the, oh my God, this person has an amazing cause, and I believe them, and this is they are an expert at doing this, and this is all they do. And so in a time of COVID, right, in a time of COVID, this becomes interesting, because my question to you is right now, if you had 1,000 people watching your stuff, would they buy from you? And if they don't buy from you, it's because you're not convincing inside of your argument, inside of your messaging. Why is it important that people actually achieve this result that you're offering? What happens if they don't? Why do you believe in it so much? What's good inside of their life? What's bad? What bad things will happen to them if they don't actually achieve that result? Your job as the owner, as the visionary, as the CEO of your business, and you could just be one person running it, but I like to think of you as CEO anyway, is to be able to articulate this message and get this vision across inside of their mind. That's not their job. That's your job. Your job is to be able to go, hey, we have a great vision over here. We have a great product, service, or solution, and here's a result that we can get to, and here's why it's important, here's why you need it, and here's why this is going to make your life better. Being able to articulate that to 1,000 people is going to get you paid. Now, if you're thinking about, well, Lynn, they don't have money right now because it's COVID. COVID's happening everywhere. We're in a recession and it is happening all over the place. People don't have any money. I understand. Your product or service or solution, they might not actually join your $5,000 coaching program where they will get to work with you for 12, 16 weeks. They might not be able to afford that. But at the same time, they might be able to afford your 5-day program that you sell for $100. Or they might be able to afford your 3-hour coaching session that you put up for $150. Or they might be able to afford your product or maybe a supplement that you recommend for $100 where they buy a monthly subscription, because you're connecting your solutions to their problems and their frustration. And so in a time like this, I want you to understand that there isn't another person or another guru or another expert that's going to be able to save you with a 5-day challenge or a webinar or anything like that. It's the thing that you're missing is being able to connect the 3 dots here. That if you had prospects, the reasons why you don't have a message and the reasons why people aren't buying from you is consider that you don't actually have a tangible result that you offer, and you don't actually, you aren't able to articulate why this result is so important to them. This is the first thing in being able to generate money consistently. And so this is how the whole money game works. Well, the whole money game works because you can go out there and buy advertising and go, hey, Facebook, hey, Instagram, hey, Google, I would like 1,000 prospects to sit in front of me so I can preach to them, and I know my numbers. So I'm going to pay you $5 per person. I'm going to spend $5,000 over here, and I know that if I have 1,000 people, my message is strong enough, my conviction is strong enough, my persuasion is strong enough, my brand is strong enough to be able to convince 50, 100, 200 of these people to actually sign up and work with me at some level. And if you actually work out the balance of the game and you practice that consistently and improve it, you find that, well, if the $5,000 becomes maybe $5,500, and heck, that's a win because you've just turned 5,000 to 5.5, like you're still up. And so you go back and you figure out what you need to improve. So what a lot of these people don't tell you is that you're going to fail in the first time because the messaging isn't strong, your conviction isn't strong, your ability to market through the skill sets, through written words and audio and video just like this isn't strong. And so when you don't have this strong base, guess what you got to do? You got to get better. The greatest part about this whole entire game is that you get to get better and that you are in control of how much money you ultimately make inside of your business if you're able to create a solution, connect a message, and connect it to the right target market. So I'm going to leave you with that. And if you apply that inside of any of your content today, let me know. If you apply that inside of your ads, let me know. But at the end of the day, that's the secret sauce in being able to consistently generate revenue. And if you like this video, please comment down below. Let me know what you liked about it. Let me know what else you'd like to learn. I'm on a bit of a mission to kind of fill up the Facebook feed with like good stuff that's relevant without you having to pay $10,000, $20,000, $5,000, whatever the other people were charging. I want to give it to you all for free. Let me know what you'd like to learn next. Comment down below. Let me know if this was useful. Tag somebody that needs to hear this. Let me know, and I'll create more videos just like this one to help you.